Hey, what's going on, guys? Typically Galate here, and welcome back to another video. Now, before we even get into this, yes, I know I need to shave. We will attend that shortly. I know it looks a little bad, but you know, honestly, we're gonna get into today's video and just the absolute shock that it is. The new Series 6 rules have been announced, but before I get into that, I literally woke up at around 7. I woke up at 7 this morning. I had a really long day yesterday. I did so much cleaning. I cleaned the entire upstairs, cleaned out the office, cleaned out my bedroom, my bathroom, everything, woodwork, everything. Spent about 6 hours yesterday cleaning. So pretty tiresome day when driving, cause yeah, I'm starting to drive. Worked out, so pretty tiresome day. And then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna wake up, get some mowing done today. And then I wake up and we got new Pokemon rules to go through. So you know Pokemon news is my favorite kind of news. Nothing gets me more excited than Pokemon news, ladies and gentlemen. So today we have some we have some Pokemon news for you. All right, so woke up today, and apparently these rules got actually leaked. Oh, get out of here. Apparently these rules actually kind of got leaked. Oh, I don't want to see that. So apparently these rules actually got leaked pretty early. Oh, not my mail. Okay. So these rules got leaked pretty early on this morning. But honestly, I just woke up at 7. So we're going to go through the rules. So these are the Series 6 rules that are going to take effect from September 1st to September 31st. And this is going to be Series 6, so new rules, and you can see Pokemon restrictions available in National Dex if they have a Galar mark already. That's already in the game, already in formats. But what is new is the new section saying banned Pokemon. Now, what did they ban, you might be asking? Well, they banned a frick ton of Pokemon. So they banned Venusaur, Gyarados, Porygon 2. Oh, I want to make sure my mic volume's alright. Yeah, it is. It banned Porygon 2, Tyranitar, Torkoal, Hippowdon, Magnezone, Togekiss, Excadrill, Whimsicott, Incineroar, Mimikyu, Rillaboom, Cinderace, Indeedee, and Dragapult. They banned the entire meta. And Pokemon TVCI were like, yes, let's literally ban the entire meta. So it's the same as before, like with the battle time and your time. The only thing is the banned Pokemon. Oh, this is the singles rule set. Doubles rule set is the same thing. Yeah, Venusaur, Gyarados, Porygon 2, Tyranitar, Torkoal, Hippowdon banned. Now, the reason why Hippowdon was banned and Mimikyu and Hippowdon were banned is because Pokemon, they took together the get out of here, Wegmans. They took the most used Pokemon from the singles and doubles tier and banned them. So while Hippowdon might not be used in singles, although I did face one once in the 1700s in VGC, but I won against it because it's bad. But while Hippowdon may not be good in VGC, it is incredibly good in singles. And while Mimikyu is pretty good in VGC, it's incredibly good in singles. And Cinderace is just as good in VGC as it is in singles, you know, or even better. I don't really, yeah, probably even better, because it got banned to Ubers. But these Pokemon, that's the reason why Whimsicott, or Mimikyu, and Hippowdon are banned. But let's just kind of go through what this means for the tier. Okay, so because Venusaur is banned, that means Sun's no longer that good, or Sun lost a huge portion of it. And you can also see Venusaur. So Venusaur is banned right here. Venusaur is banned right here, as well as, alright, so Venusaur is banned here, as well as Torkoal, which means your main Sun engine is going to be out of luck. If you want to run Sun, you're going to have to use Ninetales. And because you're going to have to use Ninetales, there's no room for Trick Room anymore. So you're not running Trick Room Sun, or people call it Sun Room. You're not running Sun Room, you're running Sun. And if you're going to be running Sun, you're going to be running Charizard Ninetales. So Sun really took a huge hit. Now, while actually Venusaur being banned is super nice, just because Venusaur is very annoying to deal with. G-Max Vine Lash is incredibly good. Its typing's incredibly good. Getting those Max Uses off can be very scary. Max Quake, even Max Quake can really just screw you over. Often I actually resorted to Dynamaxing against Cineroar just to deal with the dang bastard. So it's great that Venusaur, I mean, like, okay, my stance on it is people, like, I've talked to people in Discord chats and, like, on Showdown chats, and they were like, yeah, I don't really like the banning. I think it's fine. I think it's just an experimental mode that they're going through, because right now, we don't have any online, we don't have any in-person tournaments, so this is the best time to experiment with rules and whatnot. So it, you know, if they were doing this when we had in-person tournaments, I would be mad. But the fact that we don't, and I mean, at this point, I'm just kind of playing VGC to gain experience for the 2021 season. I think it's fine. The fact that they're experimenting now instead of, hopefully, you know, they won't, you know, pull some of this, you know, when it comes to actual in-person tournaments. Because imagine you have this team that you're training for an event, and it's all ready, and you spent like a couple weeks to a month practicing with it. You got to like 1700s and shit, and you're like, dang, this is the team for me. I'm gonna bring it to a regional. And then Pokemon's like, actually, yeah, we're gonna change up the rules. You know what I mean? That doesn't, yeah, I don't like that. But I think if they, excuse me, I'm gonna take a drink. If they wanted to change up the rules, this is the perfect time to do it. So Sun is extremely prohibited here, which actually means a couple of things. Because Sun is, because Venusaur is no longer here, that just means so many things. Actually, I don't really know what is going to be more viable. Venusaur is just a nuisance to everything, but the fact that Torkoal's not here is actually pretty good. It definitely means that we're not going to see Sun teams that have a Trick Room option. That's just no longer going to exist. Sun is going to be more of a hyper offensive core at this point, because it did not ban Charizard. Charizard's going to skyrocket in usage. Especially with some of the other Pokemon that were banned that actually deal with Charizard. We're gonna go on to Gyarados here. Gyarados is a pretty good sweeper. It gets obviously it gets those water type moves, or it gets the water type move. It gets the Max Quake to deal with something like the Magnezone, to deal with something some Torkoal, and just to be able to get the special defense boost. Gyarados being gone, also it's like a physical sweeper. Gyarados being gone, I would say, is like, it doesn't really affect the meta all that much, because Gyarados was more of a niche option, but it still did perform well. It could function as a sweeper and can definitely clean up teams if not prepared, or just sweep teams if not prepared. Also, it was the main way to deal with Magnezone, so I had to play very carefully around Gyarados if I was using my Magnezone in that match. Gyarados also, it was actually pretty good against Sun teams, like Sun Gyarados. Like, Gyarados actually definitely had to use like an AV Gyarados really could like hurt Venusaur and whatnot. I think, and also if you look at Gyarados stats, hold on. If you look at Gyarados stats, this is the team that I'm currently trying to build here. But if you look at Gyarados stats, it's got base 100 special defense. So it being a special wall, I think, yeah, that being gone is very interesting to know. Also, that means one less intimidate user. Porygon 2 being gone is very interesting, because Porygon 2 yet again is probably the premier Trick Room setter. And with this, with Porygon 2 being gone, I mean, obviously this thing had so much bulk to it, and you know, it really differentiated itself with Dusclops, because it could actually recover its own HP rather than relying on the opponent's HP to heal. Also, it got access to consistent damage. I mean, Nightshade is consistent damage, but if you get a special attack boost with Porygon can hit hard. I mean, it can hit hard. It's actually it's a viable Dynamax option in some cases as well. Porygon also being able to to recover to set up the Trick Room later on pretty reliably. I think all around Porygon 2 is one of the best Pokemon in the format, as shown by its usage. Its usage was, oh wow, it's actually pretty low. I'm surprised. Hold on. Where the heck is the sync usage? Wait, how far down is Porygon 2? Okay, it's actually, okay, wait, is it in top 10? No, it's not, but wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, it's in top 11. Yeah, so about 15% of teams have Porygon 2. Obviously, makes sense. Porygon 2 is amazing, but because Porygon 2 is banned, the premier Trick Room setter is going to be Dusclops from now on. You're going to run Dusclops again. Obviously, Dusclops makes sense. Dusclops means you're going to be running more. It's going to be more of a defensive Trick Room. Porygon 2 has a bit of offensive pressure that Dusclops lacks, and the lack of physical recovery. I mean, yeah, you can paint, but the lack of actual the actual move recover, or like whatever, like slack off, like. Without self-recovery, Dusclops Trick Room is going to be a bit more interesting here. And then we see Tyranitar banned. And this is why I said Charizard usage will actually go up pretty well. Because the only thing really holding Tyranitar back, or the only thing really holding Charizard back, is Tyranitar. Tyranitar is incredibly good here. And Tyranitar just like counters Charizard. Because Charizard doesn't want to go for even like something like a Max Quake into the Tyranitar. Tyranitar will actually just eat that up, no problem. And then Tyranitar can proceed to like OHKO it with a max Rockfall. It doesn't matter. So the fact that Tyranitar's banned really opens the floodgates for Charizard to just wreak havoc. But like I said, it is, and also because Torkoal's banned, you're going to be using Ninetales now if you're running Sun. That means that you're gonna be using fast. So fast means offense. So you're probably gonna be able to just outpower your opponent right then and there. Imagine having Charizard go for something like a Wildfire, and Ninetales going for something like a Heat Wave. Not many Pokemon are going to be able to eat that. You could say earlier that Tyranitar was your main counter, but since Tyranitar's gone, bro, just use Eviolite Pupitar. Like, people are going to, no, I'm joking, but people are going to be searching for different ways to actually deal with something like the Charizard here. Torkoal being gone, I went over that. Like, Torkoal is is a pretty good option for Trick Room. So Trick Room lost one of its I wouldn't say one of its main ways of pressure, but definitely a good use of it. Also, Sun lost one of its best users. Hippowdon being gone, like, I'm not really gonna go over that. That's more of a singles thing. I mean, it kind of makes sense, like a slack off toxic recover, or yeah, slack off toxic earthquake, something like that. It just can wall stuff. It's not going to be used now. It's not going to be used. I'm not going to cover Hippowdon. Magnezone being banned. I myself am a fan of Magnezone. Won a 91-person tournament with it. Very good Pokemon. Magnezone being banned. It's actually pretty interesting to see. I think it was banned banned because of singles, but still got banned for VGC. Magnezone can overpower opponents with just sheer offense, running like analytic boosted max lightnings or whatnot. Just being able to absolutely hit hard, like can one-shot Dynamax Pokemon. It can just hit incredibly hard, and they're only like, if you support it right, it can be very difficult to deal with, which is what I do with my team. But you can also run like a Grassy Seed body press set and just start like steel spiking up, getting those defense boosts, and then your opponent, if your opponent can only hit it with something like Cinderace, you know, later on, if you get enough defense boosts, you know, Pyro Ball is only doing maybe 1/3 or maybe 25% to your Magnezone if you're super, like maybe even 20% if you're super defensive. So like at the end of the day, like Magnezone could also function as a body press user as well, and it could be very troublesome for teams to deal with. So I understand why it got banned as well. But here's the main one: Togekiss. Togekiss got banned. So obviously we know Togekiss, Crit Kiss is insanely good. We don't need to go over why it's good. It's a really good Dynamax Pokemon, yet again, being able to crit, but also being able to get the Max Airstream up. Max Airstream is one of the best Dynamax moves, just because it allows you to get the speed boost up and speed. In VGC especially, is very important, and very important to be able to get that speed control up. Is very important. Togekiss also gets obviously access to Follow Me. Follow Me is good, just because you can redirect moves, but it also makes it something like Dracovish isn't as powerful, because Dracovish is obviously, you know what Dracovish does. Follow Me reduces the damage from Dracovish, right? So it makes Dracovish manageable, but because Togekiss is banned now, Dracovish usage is going to skyrocket, and we're going to look at a couple of the other Pokemon on this list, and I'm going to tell you why Dracovish is going to be pretty darn good here. But because Togekiss is gone, Redirection is going to be harder here. I mean, Togekiss is incredibly good mon. To see it gone, it's crazy because, I mean, you look at the most used Pokemon in the format right now. Togekiss, 41.15% of teams use Togekiss. It's really good. So to see it gone is just absolutely crazy. Alright, so Excadrill, yet again, very good on sand. Can go for a Sword Sand set. Can go, it's really good just because its stab moves in Dynamax raise both of its defenses. It can go for a Sword Stance. Like a Togekiss Excadrill can be very difficult to deal with. Excadrill also just hits so many things hard. Hits Togekiss hard, hits Incineroar hard, hits so many of the best Pokemon hard. And for huge damage, and it's really good because you can go Sandstream to make this thing incredibly fast and make it basically outspeed everything. But because Tyranitar's gone, Excadrill also is not going to be very good. But Excadrill just got banned anyways. That means fairy types don't have to fear as much, especially as we go through this list. I mean, you can see Cinderace is also banned. And Cinderace essentially is a steel type, so think of it like this. Some of the best steel types in the format, pretty much the best steel types in the format, Magnezone, Excadrill, and Cinderace. Cinderace is a steel type confirmed, just got banned, right? So that's going to dramatically impact how fairy types affect the metagame. But Excadrill being banned is very interesting because that means sand is pretty much irrelevant. Yeah, you could use Sandra, Stoutland, but it's not the sauce. Sand is completely irrelevant. And as we're going to actually, if you just look at this list, the only thing that wasn't hit was rain. So rain might be the premier weather setter. It's going to be, so looking at this list, if you just look over it, looking at this list, a lot of things were hit, right? Rain wasn't hit. Sun was nerfed, obviously, but Sun's still incredibly good. People are going to be using Charizard. So you're going to have two means of weather. It's going to be Charizard Sun, and Kingdra Rain. That's going to be it. For weathers, it's going to be Charizard, Sun, Kingdra, Rain. That's it. No Venusaur anymore. No Torkoal anymore. No Tyranitar anymore. So it's going to be Sun versus Rain. That's how this meta is going to shift. And honestly, I could see like an AV Kingdra. I can see people running Assault Vest Kingdra to deal with something like a Charizard to take less damage from it. I can see it. I don't know if you can, but I can see it. But yeah, it's going to really impact the meta. All right, so now we see Whimsicott. Whimsicott is banned. Whimsicott obviously is insane to see because no priority Tailwind anymore other than Talonflame. Whimsicott also is really good because it gets a switcheroo eject button. If you're not prepared for it, it can just end games on turn 1 if you decide to Dynamax. Whimsicott also gets Taunt, so you can stop priority moves. Whimsicott also gets Moonblast, and you know, I don't like to think of Whimsicott as more of an offensive Pokemon. It's more of a supportive role, but Moonblast can actually hit pretty hard, can chunk things for a good amount of damage. Whimsicott also gets, we said priority Tailwind. Tailwind's just so incredibly good, so Whimsicott being gone means that one of the best Tailwind users, basically the best Tailwind user in the format is just gone. Just deleted. Just gone. So that's incredibly crazy to see. I mean, like, some of the best ways to deal with it were like Fake Out and whatnot. And flying type moves, so like a Togekiss maybe, or like an Incineroar. But Whimsicott was still just incredibly good because it considered that priority Tailwind, and you know, some of the more offensive Pokemon like maybe a Porygon Z or a Dracovish or a Cinderace, I can just absolutely go to town. But because Whimsicott is banned, it means that those Pokemon can't do that. Also, Cinderace is banned as well. But you know what I mean, like Whimsicott was just a good supportive Pokemon, good all around, could go for Helping Hand if it really needed to. I actually saw a couple Worry Seed Whimsicott to negate some abilities. Just an all around incredibly versatile Pokemon that most of the time you are going to run like a standard Tailwind, Moonblast. What else is this thing? Yeah, Tailwind, Moonblast, Protect, something else set. But you can also really mix it up, add variety to Whimsicott. Undoubtedly one of the best Pokemon in the format, one of the best Tailwind users, obviously. Can also get Trick Room, just such a versatile Pokemon, gone. So one of the premier Tailwind Pokemon just absolutely deleted from the format. Another Pokemon that just was incredibly good, actually is #1 in the usage stats according to Pikalytics.com, is Incineroar. Now obviously we don't have to go over why Incineroar is good. I'm still going to go over why Incineroar is good. Fake Out, Intimidate. Great typing in this format. Can really slow down the metagame, especially because Dynamax is pretty overpowered, and Incineroar can come in, provide Fake Out, come in, provide Fake Out, but provide the Intimidate pressure, can go for the Parting Shot to negate some of those boosts from Dynamax to slow down the pace of the game because it got parting shot in this generation. Can provide actually pretty good stab. It's a good way to deal with Rillaboom because Rillaboom is incredibly popular. It can actually deal with Togekiss as well. Just a very good Pokemon to slow down the pace of the game, maybe buy a couple of turns, and then maybe you can Dynamax. Just an incredibly good Pokemon, incredibly versatile. Also gets Snarl, so you can slow down the pace of the game even more. You could also run close combat for something like Tyranitar. Just overall, an incredibly good Pokemon that was banned. And what this means is, if you look at the list, Gyarados and Incineroar, two of the best Intimidators in the format, are gone. And what this means is that, so in the beginning of the year, when Incineroar wasn't around, what was it called, pre-home, Arcanine was everywhere because Arcanine was the best Intimidator. Now with Gyarados and Incineroar gone, Arcanine is going to make a return. 100% Arcanine is going to make a return. Prepare for Arcanine. You need to prepare for Arcanine. So honestly, even though we like two of the best Intimidators are gone, I would still run Braviary. I would still run Defying Pokemon. I would still run Milotic, just because you are going to see Arcanine. I will bet a limb. You are going to see Arcanine. It's going to happen. Think about it. Before Incineroar was allowed, you're going to use Arcanine. Now that Incineroar is not allowed, people are going to go back to Arcanine. It's going to look like Series 1. Heck, look at my team right now. Negate the Amoonguss, but Duraludon and Grimmsnarl Braviary, that looks like Series 1 team. So it is going to go back to more of a Series 1 vibe. Now, I'm even thinking of putting Rotom Wash on it. And Mimikyu being gone it doesn't really affect the meta that much, but it can be, yeah, it doesn't really affect the meta that much. Like a Source Dance Mimikyu can be good, but you honestly haven't seen Mimikyu all that much. Rillaboom being banned is incredibly crazy, just because Rillaboom, one of the best Pokemon. Also, I don't think I've said this yet, but they took the Pokemon of top usage stats and banned them. So Rillaboom, obviously, I think third in usage. Yeah, third in usage. Actually, tied with Togekiss for usage. Reason why, obviously, Grassy Glide, Grassy Terrain, giving that a little bit of recovery per turn. Incredibly good. Also, access to Fake Out, access to Knockoff, access to Ground type coverage, access to priority Grass type moves. We all know why Rillaboom's good. Rillaboom has great base defense, a good base HP, good base attack, decent special defense, but you slap an AV Assault Vest on there, you give it lots of special defense. So it really becomes this, it doesn't become a wall, but it becomes more defensive with these offensive capabilities. And you don't even have to run that much speed on it, because then you can be like, all right, well, I'll just click Grassy Glide if I need priority. You know what I mean? It's an incredibly versatile Pokemon that takes down some of the major threats of the tier. That being, hold on, it takes down Tyranitar, it can take down Indeedee, Primarina, Lapras, can actually chip Porygon Z. Just incredibly good with dealing just so much damage to these things, and like chipping Kingdra and whatnot, being able to deal just a good amount of damage to everything on here is going to be very good. But the fact that that's gone means no Grassy Terrain. Well, yeah, no Grassy Terrain, no priority Grassy Glide, so that's huge. Cinderace out of the way, also Rillaboom. Okay, one thing to note is because Rillaboom's gone, water types are going to flourish. Just because the main thing holding water types back was that priority Grassy Glide. Because what the heck are you going to do to it? What are water types going to do to a priority move? Doesn't matter if Trickroom's up, it doesn't matter if Tailwind's up. It's priority. What are they going to do to that? You know, they can't. Politoed, it's gone. I mean, it'll probably live, but not too well, not too comfortably. Kingdra, I mean, do you want to Dynamax it because you're taking 30-40% straight off the bat, and if you don't KO at turn 1, you're taking another 30%. Is it worth it? Do you honestly want to go? You know what I mean? It's hard. That's what's holding those water types back. So if Rillaboom's going, you're going to see a lot more water types start to rise, also to counter Sun as well. But yeah, but because the main reason holding water types back is Rillaboom. Rillaboom is just incredibly hard to deal with. Another thing is that Cinderace is banned. Cinderace is banned. So Cinderace, very good Pokemon. Obviously, Libero is incredibly broken. So no more Airstream Boost. No more Steel Spikes. No more Pyro Balls. This thing hit like an absolute freaking truck. It is insane how hard this thing hits. It's incredible. Its ability is insanely broken, especially with Dynamax. If this was a non-Dynamax format, I don't think Cinderace would be an issue. But because this is a Dynamax format, just being able to double its HP, being able for Cinderace, which is normally a semi-frail Pokemon, to be able to take some hits that normally it shouldn't be able to take, and to be able to give it a boost to its base power and moves, being able to make it have a base 160 move, also being able to make to have additional effects like raising its speed, raising its defense. It's just absolutely incredible, and it makes it such an amazing Pokemon. And also at the same time, there also is mind games involved of what type does Cinderace choose for the turn, because let's say you want to target the Cinderace, but you choose the incorrect type, you choose that it's going to turn to the incorrect type, and you go for a move that's not very effective, then you're kind of screwed. But what if you predicted him to choose a certain type and then it to be super effective? That could really dictate a match. Cinderace is just so incredibly good. I get access to so many great moves. Just when you think you've won and you chip the Cinderace down, you realize it has Sucker Punch at the end of the game, and then you lose. It's just incredibly versatile, just an incredibly good mod. Even from my Rain team, I did struggle with it a tad bit, just because Cinderace is incredibly good, because Cinderace also pairs really well with Togekiss, and Togekiss can dumpster Rain as well. Indeedee being gone is incredibly. Let's move on to Indeedee. Indeedee being gone, I'm assuming they mean both forms. So number one, Expanding Force is gone. And Expanding Force was a very good move because, yeah, it might not one-shot a lot of things, but it does a lot. It can chip a lot of things, and if you're not faster than Indeedee, you're taking damage. And the thing is, Indeedee, it's not frail. It sounds funny, but I think it isn't frail. Yes, it has 65 base defense and 70 base HP, but if it goes 252 HP, 252 defense, if it goes fast, it can live some hits. If you go kind of this route or something, I don't really know actually how it works, but you can live hits with Indeedee. That's the thing. You can live hits with Indeedee, and you can just chunk so many things for a good amount of damage. Also, it gets access to Follow Me, one of the best Follow Me users in the format, just being able to disrupt the opponent. But as you can see, Indeedee and Togekiss are gone, basically two of the best Follow Me users in the format, which means Clefairy usage is going to skyrocket. We can also see Togetic usage skyrocket, or Togetic usage actually be of substance. Although I think the premier Follow Me user is going to be Clefairy, which is why I'm also proposing that Duraludon is also going to skyrocket in usage. Duraludon is going to be incredibly good because obviously it can ignore Clefairy's Follow Me. I think the best set to run is Assault Vest. Assault Vest Duraludon is going to be the best set to run. Just because Duraludon is going to be incredibly good, and just in this format, I believe Duraludon. I think Duraludon's going to be within the top 5 usage. I honestly think this Pokemon's going to be broken. Yes, it was good before, but it fell off usage. You know what I mean? But now I think it's just going to be incredibly good. All right. Yeah, with Indeedee gone, the Follow Me support is not there anymore. No Psychic Surge as well. So now there's no real way to block Fake Out other than Quick Guard and whatnot. So Fake Out's going to be a lot better now because you don't have to fear, oh, if they switch in Indeedee, my Fake Out won't work. Yeah, the only reason, if they could Dynamax, but you know what I mean. Dragapult being gone also is really good because Dragapult just hits incredibly hard. Dragapult being able to get the speed boost, and just honestly, yeah. Okay, here we go. Let's read this at the bottom. The 6 ranked battle series focus on the Pokemon of the Galar Pokedex and includes a ban list. This ban list is of the top 10 most used Pokemon. They had to get around copyright or something during season 5/season 6 in July series. Okay, so it's just insane. Yeah, you can just see all the Pokemon banned. Obviously, now these Pokemon banned, it makes sense. These 3 Pokemon are banned Gigantamax. Obviously, there's a reason why these Pokemon were banned Gigantamax, because, well, the regular forms were banned, but they're incredibly overpowered. But I was talking about Dragapult. Dragapult being a Dragon and Ghost type, an incredibly good type in here. The only thing really holding it back could be something Togekiss, for example. But since Togekiss is gone, Dragon Ball usage would skyrocket, but Dragon Ball's also gone. Dragon Ball's incredibly good because Dragon Darts is an incredibly amazing move. Yeah, Dragon Ball's just an incredibly amazing move. Phantom Force is also very good. Dragon Ball just all around was a very solid Pokemon that had a lot of utility to it, and you can see it on many top teams. I mean, look, Dragon Ball does a 23.47 usage rate. It's an incredibly good Pokemon. It can run Dragon Dance as well. It can run Steel Wing. It can run Surf. Dragon Ball can run Surf if it's Dragon Ball. Colossal is an incredibly good Pokemon. Obviously. And honestly, its defenses aren't terrible. Like, it is kind of frail, but base 88 HP isn't too bad. But it's really got good stats, all-around fast Pokemon. You can run Life Orb, you can run Weakness Policy if you want. It's also going to be good. One thing to note is that, like, Colossal, I don't think is going to be completely dead, but it is going to drop off significantly. Just because the amount of Pokemon that get it that are going to be able to outspeed are going to be far and few between. Like your surf options are pretty much Hydreigon, Inteleon, or Weavile. Those are your surf options. I think, yeah, you are going to see Colossal still, but Colossal is just going to fall off incredibly. Dragon Pult also means that, like, Whirlwind Pokemon are going to be hard to find other than, like, Dracozolt and Duraludon. But like Dragon Pult not being allowed is just incredibly insane. Alright, so we went over all the models, we went over how they would impact the meta and whatnot. So, how do I think the meta is going to shake up? What are my thoughts? Well, if I were to have to guess, I would say Series 6, this is Series 6, the Series 6 rule set is going to look incredibly similar to Series 1 teams, like Series 1 Week 1 teams. You can already see my team, Duraludon, Grimmsnarl, Braviary. I'm even thinking of adding Rotom. Wash. It is going to look eerily similar to Series 1. Just because of what is banned. Like, look, Arcanine isn't used because of Incineroar, but now that Incineroar's banned, Arcanine's going to be used. Duraludon wasn't used for a while because of just the amount of special Pokemon that were in the format, because of Cinderace, because of all these Pokemon. Like, Duraludon was used, but like it wasn't used insanely, just because so many Pokemon just dealt with it better. Like, we had Sun. Actually, I don't really know what I'm talking about, but just Duraludon fell off usage here. Duraludon's going to be insane here. Braviary fell off of usage because obviously Whimsicott, Talonflame, because Intimidate. Like, people still use Braviary, but because of Sun, it fell off. And also, it can't deal with Cinderace. Like, a lot of the threats, it just can't deal with. But because those are gone, Braviary is going to open up. Rotom Wash is going to come back because Rotom Wash cannot deal with Venusaur. Rotom Wash cannot deal with Rillaboom. But because those are gone, Rotom Wash is going to come back. It's because these Pokemon, it's not like I'm like taking a bit off of That's a Plus One's video, but That's a Plus One said it's not just Rillaboom's gone. Wow, okay, so no more Grassy Glide. It's because it's more along the lines of, okay, Rillaboom's gone. That means no more Grassy Glide. So that means that because there's no more Grassy Glide, water types aren't threatened as much, and that means that water types are going to go up in usage, which means, you know, because water types are going to go up in usage, we might start seeing more grass types in the format, and then, you know, it's this whole chain of events. One thing I did forget to mention is Lapras looks just incredibly freaking good. Like, Lapras is going to be one of the best Pokemon in the format, which I actually do have to have a counter for here. So I will probably make something else to have a counter, probably like a Rotom here. But Lapras is going to be one of the best Pokemon in the format, without a doubt. It will be, trust me. Lapras will be one of the best Pokemon as well. It just will be, just because of a lot of its counters, Rillaboom, Magnezone, Venusaur are gone. Indeedee, for even the Follow Me, are gone. Torkoal's gone. So because leverage is gonna take over the format, the video cut, so that's why I'm like starting to get back into the video cut. So leverage is gonna be incredibly good here. We're gonna see weather's gonna be more predominant here. We're gonna see more water types here. More water types are gonna be incredibly good, just because their main way to deal, like their main weakness was Rillaboom, was Magnezone, was Venusaur. Those are gone. So water types are going to be just absolutely incredibly good here. One thing to know is Clefairy is going to skyrocket in usage. I don't know what Clefairy's usage is at right now. Probably like 8%, if I would have to guess. Actually, pretty solid, 8.87%. Pretty decent guess. But that's going to skyrocket, I'd say, to 25%. I'd say a solid 25% Clefairy is going to skyrocket to. Clefairy is going to be the premier follow me user. People are going to use Clefairy. It's just gonna happen. We're gonna see follow me users. We're gonna see the rise of Arcanine. Yeah, we're gonna see the return of Arcanine. We're going to see the rise of Rain. We're gonna see the change of Sun to Charizard Ninetales. Or like, I don't know, does Liepard get Sunny Day? Who knows? Hold on. What Mon gets Sunny Day? Does Liepard get Sunny Day? I don't know, but we're looking. No, I don't think so. Wait, it does get Sunny Day, so we could see Liepard being good again. But yeah, you're gonna see Sun. You're gonna see Rain. You're gonna see Arcanine. You're going to see things turn back to Series 1. That's just how it's gonna roll. Yeah, that's just how it's going to roll. You're going to see it go back 100%. All right, I don't really know. I don't really have much else to say. I'm not gonna ramble anymore. Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. What you guys think? I'm actually super hyped to start building for this new format. Yeah, for this new format, like the floodgates have opened. So many things are now viable. It's gonna be super hype. I'm gonna drink some water. Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. What you guys think of the new rules. New rules. The Mons banned, and like, what do you think this will turn into? And like, what do you think this will turn into? You know, how do you think it'll impact the meta? And do you like this decision made by I think it's TPCI? Tell me in the comments below, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I think we're 1 subscriber away from 75 subscribers, so you know that would be just peachy keen if you could smash that subscribe button, because we are going to be making more content for you boys. We're getting back to the content. I'm getting back into my routine. But anyways, you already know my name, but if you don't, it's Epically Gallade, and I am signing out. See you guys later. Peace.